Welcome on in for today's college football pick video play. If you're interested in getting all of our college football picks for today's action, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com. So in this one, going to be talking about this college football playoff game between the Oklahoma Sooners and the Alabama Crimson Tide, and going to give our lean on where we see the better value on the over-under. That total number really high here at about 77.5 points, but not a huge surprise considering that these were two of the most dangerous offensive attacks in the nation this season. So the Oklahoma Sooners 12-1 overall, taking the Big 12 crown. And actually, Oklahoma, if you take a look at the back half of the regular season for them, they actually played in a lot of competitive matchups that were very high scoring. Now, just taking a look at a large handful of their recent matchups, taking down Texas in the Big 12 title game by a final of 39-27, but then also a 59-56 win over West Virginia, 55-40 over Kansas, 48-47 over Oklahoma State, and 51-46, another win that was competitive against Texas Tech. So you can see a consistent trend here with the Sooners where they've been very impressive on the offensive side of the ball, but not putting up good defensive numbers. Their averages on the year, 55.5 points per game offensively. Kyler Murray has been an absolute beast. The quarterback position, their 40 touchdown passes, over 4,000 yards passing. And in terms of the average yards per game, the Sooners nearly putting up about 600 yards per contest. And then defensively, this is where they've had their issues from time to time, especially down the stretch run. So overall this year, giving up about 32.4 points per game, but that's been significantly higher over the past 5 or so games from the Sooners. Now today they're taking on a very dangerous opponent, the Alabama Crimson Tide. It seems year in and year out, they're right in that discussion to go on and win the national championship. And the Crimson Tide, they're a very deep group and offensively gifted this year. They're averaging over 54 points per game. And in terms of their yardage, about 530 yards per game. So just a little bit behind where the Sooners are. But Alabama also has had a lot more runaway victories in comparison to the Sooners. So that will also knock down their offensive numbers a little bit. But even then, they're still only averaging about a point less per game than the Sooners. The real difference maker here for the Tide is the fact that they're only giving up about 15 points per game defensively, and if they're able to hold strong and kind of put the clamps down on this Sooners offensive attack, it could potentially be a runaway situation for the Crimson Tide. But at the end of the day, we see this being a very high-scoring affair, and even with that total being set all the way up at 77.5 points, we still feel like the over is going to be a decent value bet. We take that 55.5 points that the Sooners are averaging per game and add it with Alabama's 54.1 points per game, and we get up to about 110 points if you just take what these two teams put up on a regular basis offensively. That's significantly higher than what we're getting in this matchup at 77.5. So again, guys, we're going to be siding with the over as the better value bet. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. You can check out all of our college football picks over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys back here for our next video.